Hi dear students, we have completed our unit 5. So as it is a very big unit and we started with our class long before, and you might have forgotten most of the things. So I want to do a quick review of unit 5. So with this, the unit 5 starts from the sample. So before knowing sample, you should know what is population. Population is aggregation of all units in which the researcher is interested, and the population is of two types: target population and accessible population. Do you know what is sample? It is the representative of a population which will be joining in the research. The respondents who are doing the research or participating in the research, who are inside and target population, so who are representing the population. So sampling, it is a process of selecting samples. So process of selecting observations, that is sample, to provide an adequate description and inference of a population, we say it as sampling process. Sampling frame is nothing but the list of the population from which the sample is chosen is sampling frame. And sampling design, you have to define the population, determine the sampling frame, that is bring the list of sampling frame, determine the sampling procedure, it is of different types of sampling methods, probability and non-probability sampling, we will discuss it later. And you should know what is the size of the sample and execute the sampling design and find out the samples. So you should define the population, sampling frame, sampling procedure, sample size and sampling design, and then you start collecting samples or selecting samples for your research. This is how the sampling design process or sampling process happens. The next is types of sampling methods, and we have it is majorly classified as probability sampling and non-probability sampling. The probability sampling methods consist of simple random, stratified random sampling, cluster sampling, systematic sampling and multi-stage sampling. If you forget, just go back and get the notes and read. Non-probability samplings: convenience sampling, quota sampling, judgmental sampling, purposive sampling, snowball sampling and self-selection samplings. So you should always remember the sample size. Sampling errors happens during the selection of samples. Sampling bias, which is done by the researchers. So you should know how to define these things. Sample size, especially it should not be too large or too small, it should be as per your research design. Sampling errors, you should avoid errors, but sometimes it happens. Whatever method of sampling process or method you do, sampling errors happen. Sampling bias, it is from the researcher's side, you select sometimes persons who you are interested. Yes, those kind of sampling bias should be avoided. So next we will move on to data collection methods. You know what is data? Data is nothing but an information. So data collection is nothing but gathering of information which are related to your research. That is to test your hypothesis and to prove your research or hypothesis, we say it is data collection. So source of data are internal and external. External sources are again classified into primary data and secondary data. You know where to go for a primary data and where to collect the secondary data. Data collection methods, this is what it's a very vast one what we were discussing. Self reports, that is survey methods, mostly comprise of interview and questionnaires. So there are self administered questionnaires, that's why we say it as self report. The person can himself participate in the research by putting right answers in the questionnaire. Biophysiological methods, in vitro and in vivo. Observational methods, there are the different types of observational methods. And observational method, we use rating scales and checklist. This rating scale and checklist you will be studying in evaluation of 4th year also. So these attitude scales, rating scale, checklist you will be studying in 4th year as well. So remember to keep the notes safe. Observational method, the data collection techniques what we use is rating scale and checklist. And of course we have seen attitude scales also. psychometric measurements like projective techniques, cue sorts and vignettes. So we have discussed all the data collection instruments. So make sure what type of data collection tool you are going to prepare for your research and start to work on that. The next one is validity and reliability. We have discussed in characteristics of research tool what is the validity and the types of validity, and what is reliability and types of reliability. Sometimes it comes in 5 marks, or they may ask us a difference between. And next, finally, we discussed today about the pilot study as well. So there is one thing is left in the syllabus, that is data collection process. So data collection process, I have given here the steps. Process means steps, yes. So how you do a data collection process, I have given it in steps in case if they ask in your exams. So define the objectives of the study. First thing, you should know what is your statement, and as per the statement you create objectives. So you should know what is your variables and what is your settings. You should know the sample size, like how many samples you need and what are all the sampling methods you are going to use. Decide the setting of the study, like where you are going to conduct the study, that setting has to be fixed before the data collection process. Select a data collection method, what type of method you are going to do data collection, you have to clearly define that. Design a tool as per the type of research study. So as per the data collection method, you should design a tool, and the tool has to be tested validity for the validity and reliability. And before doing a main data collection, you have to do a pilot study and select a data analysis method with the help of the pilot study. When you do a pilot study, you will know what type of data analysis you are going to use in your research, and then you start your main studies data collection. Clear? So this is how you can write the data collection process on the whole, what you have to do from the start to the end for collecting data. Hope you understood with this. Thank you so much.